welcome back. We are still so freaking excited to talk to Maxx Chewning here.
Yeah. I'm gonna take over your channel at this point.
Please, please, thank you.
Please do something. Hershey, buy us.
We love candy.
Or Reese's.
Alright, so
I want to be Willy Wonka.
Bart again asked such a great question at the best time of the video, the end. And we got to go into that. So you just had an amazing, sick exit, which we have yet to truly congratulate everybody.
That's amazing. Damn.
Acquiring sour strips at the tail end of last year. You got a good, nice little mini $75 million.
A little small, but.
And then you're.
What do you think with Wells Fargo?
Just an 8-figure exit.
That's it? Just 75?
Go ahead,
Yeah, no,
Bart.
I got some of those.
Ask your question one more time.
So from the big exit, because I feel like, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, you do make a ton of sacrifices during the whole time, whether some are lifestyle, some are life choices, some are just like little purchases or whatever, because you're always trying to grow the brand. And so I feel like a lot of people put something on the side, put it off. And I was wondering, when you exited, did you have one splurge moment on anything? Whether it was an experience, a trip, an item,
Hookers,
a house.
Okay.
I'm a married man.
I'm testing I'm testing them.
So I actually do have a Bugatti coming in.
What?
I'm kidding. No.
Damn, bro, what?
No. So when I sold the company, the first thing that I did was I was like, I planned this trip. So I got all of my closest friends, and I rented a private jet and took all of my friends and my dog. We all went to Vail, and so I treated everyone to like a.
Oh, that's a photo you posted.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, dang, this dog's flying.
Bring your dog is cool.
I've never told this actually.
Is it 100 G's?
So the jet that we got, which was like a 13-person jet, because I wanted a little more space for like, I wanted not like a little tiny jet. It was like $68,000 for the flight.
Because I heard some jets are like 10 G's an hour or something.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy. But it depends on like the jet. Like if you got a little smaller, it ranged from like 50 to 75,000 for like the round trip.
So, that was a round trip? Because I was thinking you go one way and then on the back you fly southwest.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you, I could see why people get hooked on private jets. I mean, there's an airport way closer than our other airport, but like you pull up in your car, like people come up, they get the bags out, they take your car and park it for you. You just get right on the plane.
Oh my god.
No TSA, like you get on and then you fly immediately there, land. There's a car waiting for you at the terminal.
There's no TSA?
No.
So you could have smuggled a little bit of coke and then like made some money back?
That's part of the fun, though, isn't it?
I don't know if they're trying to sell it, maybe use it, but yes.
Yeah, so we did this big group trip because I was like, you know, with like friends, especially at this stage, it's like it's hard to get everyone like together, right? It's like to book a trip. So with this one, I go, hey guys, we're going to Vail. You don't have to pay for anything.
Where's Vail? I'm too poor to.
Colorado.
You guys did a snowboarding trip? Too poor?
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know where Vail is. Show up on your map.
So I was just like, look, I got the plane. I was like, you just got to show up. I got the Airbnb. I got this sick ass Airbnb. I was like, we're just gonna go and have a great time. So it was a really cool memory trip for everyone. So
That's dope.
that was the thing that bought. Yeah.
Did you bring your old boss from the recruiting firm?
And then, so that was like a cool thing that I did. And then we actually were at the end, right before I sold the company, we had like, I had just purchased like a little over an acre of land to build this like new house that we were like planning on building, right? And we were at the final stages with the architect. We were like planning on building maybe like within like 6 months, like starting to break ground. And then after the sale, it was kind of like, because the land was great, but it wasn't like, there's better neighborhoods to kind of be in, a little more space. We were like kind of going to be jammed on this lot. Super first world problem.
Does it look like a big shower strip?
All right. So when the sale happened, I was like, okay, you know, we maybe have a little more flexibility in our budget. So we found this other plot we went from like an acre and a half to like this 5-acre land on the river. So instead of us kind of like
on the river,
Yeah, you don't want to squish into an anchor.
it's definitely his first world problem, but
It's fucking tight though.
so now we're able to build this house, and I'm kind of doing some more extravagant things to the house. So
cool. Yeah, I want to know what kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, first of all, you don't need an elevator in the house.
but you got
We have an elevator shaft. We're doing. So when I grew up, I had a very interesting like family dynamic with like my parents splitting up when I was young, and then like the siblings like living like hours apart, and then I like lived with like half my parents for like until I was 10. Then I moved with my mom and like started living with my brother, and then didn't live with anyone. And then like my dad passed when I was like 15, and like so we were all over the place. And but then like my wife is like really close to her like whole family. My mom and dad have been married for like 30 some years. Like they all get together. They all go to all the niece and nephews like games and stuff. And I was like,
It's like a real Texas family.
and I was like, I've never really experienced this. And I was like, I want this kind of life for like the family that we're building, right? So I was like, I want to build this house, like it's gonna be sick as shit, but I want it to be like the house that like, let's have all the family come over. Let's have like all the entertainment things there. When our kids get older and they have, you know, giant prom dinners, all their friends, let's host it there. Let's just have this house like everyone can come to and like to entertain people. So cool. I like wanted to build this house for like the future that we're trying to have, not just like the things that we want now. So we're be able to do a lot of cool things, and because we're moving like really far away from Alpha Land, which is my home gym at the moment, and it's like sick shit, and I think a lot of the other gyms, you know, we don't have a lot of like the barbell brigades where it's like, you know, blasting cool music and everyone can, you know, have a good time. It's very like lamer gyms. I was like, so I was able to like instead of building this like, oh, in this garage that we'll kind of use for like the kids in the future, let's build like, you know, a little home gym garage. Instead, I was like, why don't we build like a home gym, but instead of it being like disconnected from the house, let's make it like a part of the house. So we had this like a
straight gym at your house.
It's like a 2,200 square foot like gym, like that's like attached to the house, and like the back door has like this like 20-foot sliding glass door that'll go into the wall and open like to the pool area. And it's like connects to like the game room and even like the main hallway of the house. So it's like, it's kind of like ridiculous, but I was like, if we're gonna build this house, like this is the house I want to die in. So it has like all these like cool things of like everything like I could want in a home. And also I was like, you know, when people come over and like the kids, like we're all
gonna deadlift.
Yeah. So
650 loaded up.
So I took friends on a trip.
Down suit and tie only.
Yeah, and now the house is gonna be a little elevated from what it already was gonna be.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
So
That's
cool.
tight, man.
So,
Are you gonna build like other? Because when I hear you want to bring all the family together, are there like other like casitas or just
like a compound?
Yeah.
Like David Koresh.
No, well, we're moving to an area that's like, I think my mom's actually moving from Virginia to Texas to be kind of close to us, which is great. My family's
Each off your money.
Yeah, I have a really,
Use that sweet
I have a
jam.
split up, like I have a small split up family that are all over the countries, but my wife Taylor, her family is like, where we're moving, like everyone will be like 20 minutes away. So everyone's like 15, 20 minutes like right there. So it'll be kind of like the hub. And I was telling her, I was like, we should, you know, every week, like every Sunday, we should have like the whole family over. Like, let's have, you know, we'll host it every
Have
week.
church.
Yeah, and just like do cool shit. So, so that's kind of the big purchase that we're doing, is building this like really cool, extravagant house that like has everything we could ever want. You know, all like, and we want to have like 3 kids, and it's on plenty of land, and so it's like, it's gonna be sick.
That's gonna. That sounds awesome. Just bringing family together.
Most influencers, especially in the fitness space, as soon as they come across money, they're like, they have to get a Lambo or Ferrari or whatever. Like, did you ever have that urge, or like, how come you never?
I did buy a Raptor R, so I got a truck.
Still cool.
It's real.
But people still, they want like, I don't know, like how come?
That has too much use though. That's too much utility.
Yeah, we need to go back to Bugatti.
Like,
Where's the Bugatti?
capacity?
What made you not want to, I guess, go into that crowd, or did it just feel weird, or?
I've never owned a car. I've always had SUVs, so I've never been like a car guy.
Yeah.
Like I think, you know, my buddy Joe has like a McLaren 570, whatever, I don't know, like real nice McLaren, like $500,000, like crazy. And like, you know, I've seen Christian and all our friends, you know, have like Lamborghini after Lamborghini and Ferraris and Audi R8s and all this shit. And I think supercars are like so dope and like cool, but they're just not really for me. Mainly because I hate like getting down in a car. I'd rather get up in an SUV. I guess never say never, but I have like zero intention of having like a Lambo or anything like that. If I did, it'd be like, I mean,
Lifted at 4x4.
well, that's the thing, is like I look at it as, I'm really into like Jeeps, and like I used to be off-roading as a kid, and I built this like this over-the-top like 2-door Wranglers, like this my Jeep, my dream Jeep Wrangler.
It's sick as fuck.
It's
It's like 40-inch tires. 40.
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah, no, I literally built it. I mean, I like welded everything on it, and like I used to do it as a kid. So like I built this Jeep right when I started Sour Strips. It's on like mean, I'll nerd out if anyone knows all this stuff, but it's like on 42s with like Dynatrac, like 60-80 axles, got a 6.4 Hemi in it. It's
Jesus.
like, coilovers all over. Like it's like a top of the line Jeep Wrangler that I still have not taken off road yet, but I need to. But it could handle like any fucking trail. But like for me, what I'm looking for is on this house we actually built. Aside from the garages, this additional like really big oversized like shop, because I was like, hey, with our kids, like I want to like build Jeeps with them, so I want to build a four-door Wrangler version of my two-door
To drive to private jet lots.
Basic.
Fuck yeah.
Never take off road. The most premium.
So like instead of buying a supercar, like I'll probably just
Build
this ridiculous overpriced like Jeep that I'll just drive around the neighborhood, but
Have you been
It's even better.
build it with my kids and stuff.
Starwood? I was looking into buying one. There's like a lot that customizes dope ass Jeeps out there in Texas. It's called Starwood.
I'm not familiar. All mine is like, so I like was super into off-roading and building Jeeps for like my entire like childhood and like in early high school and early college. And then life happened, I got out of it, and then I built like my dream Wrangler in like 2018, 2019. It's kind of that's like my weekend car. Like that's like my Lambo to me. And so for me, I just have this like Jeeps like bring me back to brings me back to my childhood and like what I was like as a teenager and college and like my hobbies and stuff. So that's kind of like where I'll probably spend my money. And
So your 17-year-old self is like, I made it.
yeah,
You know, it's
that's
like
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
You're gonna mount a minigun on it?
How much is your Jeep worth? You think? Because my Grand Cherokee is maybe like 30 grand now, maybe.
He has custom plates though.
See the
Oh yeah, of course it still have. It's got 91,000 miles, baby. After 10 years, very minimal driving.
Hey.
You know, my
flex.
first vehicle was a Grand Cherokee, and I put it on 40s and had a inside interior roll cage in it that I built, and like
Yeah, me too.
Get 40s, get 40s.
Yeah,
The,
41s.
the Jeep would actually not. Jeeps don't really hold their value like that. If I sold my Jeep, I wouldn't get what I put into it. But I've probably in that Jeep, it has over $100,000 into the Jeep.
Dude.
Yeah, like
That's
easily.
crazy.
Damn.
On a two-door Wrangler.
Yeah. No, it's like when I say it's a sick Jeep, it's like the sickest of sick Jeeps.
I mean, the motor alone was probably like 20 G's or something.
It was 30 for the
Yeah, because that was great, huh?
the 6.4 conversion. So that was, But I mean,
Trying to tow like 3 more Jeeps behind it.
well, it's funny. I bought this Raptor R that like technically shouldn't really. It probably can tow, but I didn't even buy a tow truck. So eventually, what I'll have is probably a bunch of SUVs in my new house, and I'll have like another truck that can tow my Jeep, and so I can go off-roading and shit with it. But
You're gonna get a bunch of lifts built in the.
yeah,
That's
every Jeep that I've built has been like on the ground. Like I've never actually worked on a vehicle on a lift.
Oh shit!
So like,
It's way easier.
because he deadlifts it himself.
yeah. I've built a ton of vehicles and worked on them for years, and all of them have been on like the ground.
Did you ever have a CJ5?
No, I always had Grand Cherokees actually. I actually had a CJ. My like uncle did when I was a kid, like an old CJ5. We used to go get like wood up from like their like in the firewood from the woods.
They're pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
I was driving one for a while, and the rear main seal would keep leaking because it was an AMC engine, and the shops were like, "It's just gonna leak again."
Like
Built that way.
they're like it's just old as fuck.
Yeah.
What it is.
Steering has latency. If you want to turn there, you better start now.
I kind of look at like money and wealth at this stage is more of like, how do I preserve it for the future? And then it's like when you can buy a bunch of random shit that like you can afford, it almost like it like I don't want to just get to the point where I'm just like buying shit because I can buy shit.
It loses the fulfillment aspect of
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So it's like just because you can doesn't mean
You're gonna devalue your own money that you have.
Yeah, exactly. So I still like it. It's one of those things that I'll still make like comments about, like, man, gas prices are getting. And I'll get comments like, man, you just missold your company, and I'm like, I can't complain that Chipotle's $20 to buy a.
Because that's unreasonable.
Yeah. I'm just like, so.
But that means you're still grounded.
Yeah, plus you didn't
'Cause,
come
like,
from that.
Yeah.
Like you started off a normal dude.
I've built like what I've earned is like what I've built over the years, and it's still super surreal and it's cool, but. I mean, I look at it as like, as long as I can do the things that I want to do, and now because of the sale, I can kind of like really ensure that, it's a cool feeling. Like,
The house, are you buying like cash? Or are you financing it, or like what's the like financial play?
no, I'll build it and pay for it in full.
The whole thing.
Damn.
That's tight.
Yeah, so yeah,
No payments.
You're not gonna use Klarna?
Paid for.
No, so we already bought the land, and then I have like this like bucket of money that is just like sitting. That's gonna be like just for like the house build, because the house build will take like a year and a half probably to build the house. We'll move in like 2027.
Damn, man. That's
So it sounds
so
like
cool, man.
2027.
building like a.
When you see the house, it'll be like, oh, that's what I do.
It has a moat.
So it sounds like you're building all the future for your like soon-to-be kids or whatever's going on. You're creating a foundation for your like generations. Did you get like some type of manager or a financial advisor, someone to help you strategize and build all that, or are you just kind of coming up with it?
I had wealth people come out of the woodwork of like, when they heard about acquisition, they're like, let us help, or let us help. So at the moment, I don't have any like wealth managers or anything. I'm still on my like investing journey, and I put a bunch of money in before all this terror shit happened, so it's not the most ideal situation. But I kind of look at like money once you have like a certain amount that you can like start like putting in like different allocation buckets, right? I look at like put some in that's like a 25, 30 year type of vision, because like, yeah, you can go buy a bunch of stuff, but you should look at it as like, what money don't I actually need? And usually it's most of all of it, right? So you should put money into things that are like super future long term. Like this is like, it doesn't matter if the market goes up, down, sideways, whatever for 1, 2, 5 years, because this is like 20 plus years, right? And you're still gonna make dividends off of that, which reinvest, and that goes in. But this is like the money that like, this is for your kids and like your kids and your kids' kids, like, because it's just gonna appreciate over 20, 30, 40 years. So I look at it as like, put a lot of money into that, and then you put some stuff that's like a more short term, so like 1 to 5 years. That's where I've started getting into like a lot of these like really boring like municipal bonds and whatnot. That is like tax-free income on a federal and a state level, because I'm in Texas, where you'll just make interest payments. It's a lower risk type of thing, which a lot of people will do at like a later stage in life when they're like towards like retirement.
Yeah.
But I look at, after the sale of the company, it's kind of like, hey, I already kind of won the game, so why do I want to keep trying to like maximize like everything? It's like, you should just do things that are more preservation.
Smart.
So putting a lot of money into like lower return but super safe type of stuff,
Right.
that's still going to kick off like a plenty of money that you can then decide, okay, hey, at the end of these coupon terms, like you'll get all this money back, but you're gonna get interest every single month over that. And even if you don't need that interest, it's like, okay, put that into the market as well, or you can use that to live. So it's like fixed income stuff. And then I'm not someone who, I don't get into real estate. Like I don't know it, and like everyone always says like the investments that they're in are like the best thing ever. It's like, you hear it all the time, like, you got to get into real estate, and I'm like, but I don't know it, so I don't really get into it. I'm more like, let me do a bunch of stuff that is like some super safe stuff, some that's like relatively safe, but it's gonna fluctuate and maybe stress me out a little bit, but it's like gonna be all right in the long term. And then from there, have some cash that's just on the side of like, if something piques your interest. But I don't really have any interest in, I probably am not gonna do any like angel investing into like companies or things like that unless something really like blows me away. But my focus now is just preservation of money, and also like enjoying it as well, because it's a weird dynamic when you come into like a bunch of money that you're like, hey, you almost feel bad about spending money on like certain things that like don't make sense, but it's almost like you might as well, like, hey, if you were staying in the hotel room 10 years ago that you would, and you don't have to stay in the same hotel room that you did before you made any money, right? Just because, so it's like, you're almost like, hey, why don't you enjoy it a little bit, enjoy the nicer things, even if it maybe doesn't make sense. And
I'm good at enjoying.
yeah.
Yep.
So
I can't afford it.
Put it on Klarna.
People are.
So yeah, it'll be cool, and it's one of those things like it's hard to talk about because it comes off in a way of like oh, like we get it, Max, you can afford things, but I'm just like, I don't know, like people ask me questions about it, I'm gonna be like honest about my opinions
I
about
don't
it.
feel that way. I feel like the way that I feel, it's like it feels like such a privilege and like to be able to witness your journey. So I'm Team Maxx. So it's like if you have your favorite sports team and they win the championship, you don't go like, ah man, what the fuck they won? You know? I'm like, fuck yeah, and hopefully and again and again and again. You know, so I'm like,
It's a cool story. Like I think it's if you've been following my journey for like since day one, like, and you see the sale, it shouldn't be like Maxx isn't relatable anymore. I'm out. It's like, bro, he showed us the entire playbook of what he did. Like I said, I'm gonna start a candy company. Hey, I'm gonna show you the whole process. And then it's like, I did the work and put the work in and sold it. And now it's like, all right, now we're going to the next chapter. You know, we can afford the extra guac at Chipotle. Now, but like, I'm the same dude. I can maybe just do different things. And yeah, it's a really cool position. And I'm able to help out a lot. I was able to like retire my mom a year or so ago.
you don't think she's gonna develop lazy habits though?
That's your concern. Do you want to know what my mom is doing in retirement? She wants to teach at line dancing classes. And then she's like, yeah, I might get like a part-time job at like Costco. She's like, I want to like fold clothes because she loves talking to people. So she's like, I'll go in there and like, actually I love like I always get so frustrated when people like fold the clothes all wrong, so I can fold the clothes and talk to people.
Oh, that's really wholesome.
And so like,
I'm not even here for the money.
yeah, exactly. So.
Buying sour strips.
And at some point, maybe not at this exact moment in time, but when I'm like, I guess mature enough to understand like what all it takes to like run something like that, we'd love to do like a foundation with whether it be for something that like my wife's super passionate about. Or, like from like ALS with what my dad passed away from is doing something that can do something, some sort of organization, foundation to like
Fund the research.
Yeah, exactly. So
Icebucket.com.
yeah, or something. But it's like, but I think I don't need to do everything like immediately right now. I'm trying to like still figure out like what my future is going to look like, and I'm also not. While I'm able to chill, I guess I still very much don't want to do that. So I still want to be active and work with Sour Strips and the Hershey team, and I also, as you know, bringing a son into this life, I also don't want him to like, yeah, this is what your dad did, but he sees what his dad is now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to be this like lazy, be like, sold the company, we can chill on the beach, son. It's like I want to show them responsibilities. I want to keep working. I want to start maybe another business and endeavors that is like just chasing like my passion and whatever it is I want to do.
Well, what's crazy is you have immortalized your journey online. So if and when your son is genuinely curious of what his dad did, like
you're weird
that's
as
something
fuck.
that a lot of us didn't have like growing up. We didn't have this fully documented vlog style storytelling of like when I was nothing.
He's gonna be like, hey, can you show me like when you did this thing? I'd be like, yeah, but it's gonna be hard to find because I clickbaited every video. So
Just try to get Chinese internet at your house.
I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.